You lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, watching the shadows dance across the room while the red numbers on your alarm clock mock you. It is 2 a.m., then 3 a.m., and your mind is racing at 100 miles an hour, replaying every conversation from the day, worrying about tomorrow's bills, or simply buzzing with a nervous energy that you cannot turn off. Your body is exhausted, your eyes are burning, but your brain refuses to shut down. You toss and turn, punching the pillow, flipping the blanket to the cold side, but nothing works. You know that when the sun comes up, you are going to be a zombie, dragging yourself through the day with brain fog, irritability, and a desperate need for caffeine. This is the torture of insomnia. For millions of people, especially as they age, deep, restorative sleep becomes a distant memory. The doctor might offer you sleeping pills, sedatives that knock you out like a sledgehammer. But you know the price. You wake up groggy, feeling like you have a hangover. You worry about addiction, about the increased risk of falls, and about the fact that these pills don't actually give you natural sleep, they just produce amnesia. But what if the answer to your sleepless nights wasn't in a prescription bottle, but sitting in your fruit bowl right now? What if there was a simple, delicious, and completely natural tea that acts as a biological Valium, relaxing your muscles and calming your nervous system within minutes? We are talking about the humble banana, but not eaten the way you usually do. Today, we are going to reveal the secret recipe for banana tea, a boiled elixir that utilizes the nutrient-dense peel to extract massive amounts of magnesium and potassium, flushing the tension out of your body and guiding you gently into the deepest sleep of your life. To understand why you cannot sleep, you must look beyond just stress. Physically, insomnia is often a state of hyperarousal caused by a deficiency in key minerals. Your muscles are tight, your nerves are firing, and your cortisol is high. You need to flip the switch from the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. The two most critical nutrients for flipping this switch are magnesium and potassium. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. It is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, but its most famous role is regulating neurotransmitters. It quiets the noise in the brain. Potassium, on the other hand, acts as a muscle relaxant. If you have restless legs, cramps, or just that feeling of physical tension where you cannot get comfortable, you are likely low on potassium. Here is the problem: the banana fruit, the part you eat, has some minerals, but the banana peel, the part you throw in the trash, is where the motherlode is hidden. The peel contains 3 times more magnesium and potassium than the fruit itself. By throwing away the peel, you are throwing away the medicine. This brings us to the solution: banana tea. This is not a smoothie. It is a warm infusion made by boiling the whole banana, peel and all. When you boil the peel, the heat breaks down the tough cellular structure and releases these powerful minerals into the water. The result is a tea that is loaded with bioavailable magnesium and potassium that your body can absorb instantly. But the banana has another secret weapon: tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid that serves as the precursor to serotonin. Serotonin is the feel-good hormone that relaxes you. Later in the evening, your brain converts that serotonin into melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it is time to sleep. So, by drinking this tea, you are providing the raw materials: the magnesium to relax the muscles, the potassium to calm the nerves, and the tryptophan to produce the sleep hormones. It is a triple threat against insomnia. Here is the exact protocol to make this liquid gold. First, you need to select the right banana. Because you are boiling the peel, it is highly recommended to use an organic banana to avoid pesticides. If you cannot find organic, you must scrub the banana thoroughly with water and baking soda or vinegar to remove any surface residues. Do not peel it. Take a knife and cut off the 2 hard ends of the banana. Leave the rest whole. Bring a small pot of water, about 3 cups, to a boil. Once the water is bubbling, gently drop the whole banana into the pot. Let it boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. You will see the water turn a light brown or golden color as the nutrients leach out. After 10 minutes, remove the pot from the heat. Pour the water through a strainer into a mug. You now have a cup of warm, mineral-rich tea. But we are going to supercharge this tea with one more ingredient that addresses the second biggest cause of insomnia: blood sugar crashes. Many people fall asleep fine but wake up suddenly at 3 a.m. This is often because your blood sugar dropped while you were sleeping, causing your body to release a spike of cortisol and adrenaline to wake you up and mobilize stored glucose. To prevent this, add a dash of Ceylon cinnamon to your banana tea. Cinnamon helps to stabilize blood sugar levels, keeping them steady throughout the night so you stay asleep. It also adds a comforting, warm flavor that makes the drink delicious. Sip this tea slowly about 1 hour before you plan to go to bed. The warmth of the liquid itself is soothing, and within 20 to 30 minutes, you will likely start to feel a heaviness in your limbs and a quieting of the mind. Now, what do you do with the boiled banana left in the pot? Do not throw it away. It is now soft, warm, and sweet. You can sprinkle some cinnamon on it and eat it as a dessert along with your tea. Eating the fruit gives you fiber and an extra dose of tryptophan. It becomes a comforting bedtime ritual, a warm drink and a warm, soft treat that feels indulgent but is actually medicinal. This combination fills your stomach just enough to prevent hunger pangs from waking you up, but is light enough not to cause indigestion. Let's discuss the magnesium specifically, because this is where the natural Valium claim comes from. Magnesium binds to GABA receptors in the brain. GABA is a neurotransmitter that slows down brain activity. It is the brake pedal for your mind. Most pharmaceutical sleep aids, like benzodiazepines, work by artificially forcing these GABA receptors open. Magnesium does it naturally and gently. The problem is that most people are critically deficient in magnesium because modern soil is depleted, and stress burns through our magnesium reserves. By boiling the peel, you are extracting an ionic form of magnesium that hits your bloodstream fast. You might notice that not only do you sleep better, but your anxiety levels the next day are lower, and your muscles feel looser. There is also a psychological component to this ritual. Insomnia is often driven by sleep anxiety, the fear that you won't be able to sleep. By establishing a routine, scrubbing the banana, boiling the water, smelling the cinnamon, sipping the tea, you are signaling to your brain that the day is over. You are creating a sensory bridge between the chaos of the day and the peace of the night. This placebo effect, combined with the potent biochemistry of the minerals, creates a powerful trigger for sleep. We must address a few precautions. While bananas are healthy, they do contain natural sugars. However, when you make the tea, you are getting the minerals without the full sugar load of the fiber, although some sugar does leach into the water. If you have severe diabetes, you should monitor your blood sugar to see how you react, though the cinnamon helps mitigate this. Also, bananas are high in potassium. If you have advanced kidney disease and are on a potassium-restricted diet, you must consult your doctor before drinking this, as your kidneys might struggle to process the excess potassium. For the vast majority of people, however, this is completely safe and far healthier than any pill. To get the maximum effect from your banana tea, you must pair it with proper sleep hygiene. You cannot drink this tea and then stare at your smartphone or watch the news. The blue light from screens destroys the melatonin that the tryptophan in the banana is trying to help you produce. Make a pact with yourself: once the kettle goes on, the phone goes off. Dim the lights in your house. Lower the temperature in your bedroom. We sleep better in a cool environment. Drink your tea in a quiet, dimly lit room. Read a book or listen to soft music. Allow the magnesium to do its work. Some people ask if they can make a batch in advance. Technically, yes, you can boil 2 or 3 bananas and keep the liquid in the fridge, reheating it at night. However, fresh is always best. The act of making it is part of the therapy. Also, if you find the taste of the tea too plain, you can add a drop of vanilla extract or a tiny amount of raw honey. Raw honey helps the brain store liver glycogen, which is another fuel source for the brain during the night, further preventing that 3 a.m. wake-up call. Imagine waking up in the morning not with the jarring sound of an alarm pulling you out of a shallow doze, but naturally, feeling refreshed and alert. Imagine your legs not twitching, your mind not racing, and your body feeling heavy and relaxed as you sink into the mattress. This is what your body wants to do. It knows how to sleep, it just needs the right building blocks. The banana peel, which you have been discarding for your entire life, holds the key to unlocking this rest. It is cheap, it is natural, and it is effective. Tonight, instead of reaching for the medicine cabinet, reach for the fruit bowl. Boil the water, smell the cinnamon, and drink your way to a peaceful, restorative night. You deserve to sleep like a baby again.